Someone once said the first casualty of any war is truth. I think the first casualty of the First World War was the naive optimism with which the young men and the young captains went into that front. Eloquently expressed by Rupert Brooke's 1914 poem, The Soldier, "If I should die, think only this of me, that there's a corner of some foreign field that is forever England." By the time Swardston nurse Edith Covell had been shot as an alleged spy in October 1915, that mood had darkened and deepened.
She sees the pale gold August wheat, the oaken greens of home, a mind's eye of a harvest wrapped around October's bones. 6 paces of 8 rifles point, death scarves her blue-grey eyes. The woman stands and prays and waits, and still no shot arrives. Love of country's not enough, and when they shoot me dead, let bitterness and hatred die on Norfolk angels said. The British held the line at Mons, the French were in retreat. All stranded men came to her door through Brussels' conquered streets, for Sikhs and spies to smoke her out. 3 days interrogation, she wouldn't lie, they shot her dead for love of more than nation. Love of country's not enough, and when they shoot me dead, let bitterness and hatred die on Norfolk angels said.
These are 2 poems by 2 young men, a captain and a lieutenant, who actually served at the front in the First World War and distinguished themselves there. They were loved by their men and loved their men. The first is by Siegfried Sassoon. It's called The General, and it's a remembrance of all those who died at the Battle of Arras in 1917. It's followed by a poem by Wilfred Owen, who, like Sassoon, was invalided out of the war but chose to go back because he knew he could do a good job for his men. Unbearably, Owen died in the last week of the war, just before the armistice. But his poem, Anthem for Doomed Youth, will never die. First, Siegfried Sassoon. The General. Good morning, the General said. when we met him last week on our way to the line. Now the soldiers he smiled at are most of them dead, and were cursing his staff for incompetent swine. He's a cheery old card, grunted Harry to Jack, as they trudged up to Arats with rifle and pack. But he did for them both with his plan of attack. Anthem for doomed youth. What passing bells for these who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the stuttering rifles' rapid rattle can patter out their hasty orisons. No mockeries for them of prayers nor bells, nor any voice of mourning save the choirs, the shrill, demented choirs of wailing shells, and bugles calling for them from sad shires. What candles may be held to speed them all? Not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes, shall shine the holy glimmer of goodbyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their pall. Their flowers, the tenderness of patient minds, and each slow dusk, a drawing down of blinds. Flight Sergeant Pilot Lancelot Percival Williamson is the last, I think, in that epic list of names read out at Sedgeford War Memorial every year. And I was always struck with the Arthurian splendour of those names, not just Sir Lancelot, the greatest knight of King Arthur's realm, but Sir Percival, the purist, the finder of the Grail. Quite a weight for a parent to put on a child. But if you go and look at his grave, which is just beyond the second window on the north side, you will read an epitaph that says, brave, unselfish, loving. That's quite an achievement for a young man of 25 years, 5 of which were spent fighting over 2 fronts, Malta and Burma. So we would like to beat a funeral remembrance drum for Lancelot Percy, late of this parish.
I landed a crocked plane when still just a fitter. 5 years daring done, never shot down in flames. In a cloud of unknowing, I flew for the sunrise and came down to earth, but lived up to my names. 6 nights of logres to carry my coffin, 6 logres ladies to walk by my side, through hellfire and slaughter to a wheat field of poppies, and a home hedge on Friday, the 13th of July. Beat the drum slowly and play the pipes only. Play up the dead march as we go along, and bring me to Fring All Saints and Lay. shot down in flames. In a cloud of unknowing, I flew for the sunrise, and came down to earth, but lived up to my name.